today I'm going to teach you guys how to do hands-only CPR. There are a few steps that go into CPR before we get straight to the compressions. So the first thing that we want to do is check the scene. So we want to check the scene to make sure there's nothing that is an immediate danger to us or something that's going to prevent us from providing care to the person that is on the ground. The next thing that we're going to do is check the person. And for checking the person, we like to do something called shout, tap, shout. So that includes shouting their name if you know their name, or hey you, or hey sir, or hey ma'am. And then we're going to tap them on the shoulders really hard so that we can see if they respond. And then we're also going to yell again. So that a demonstration would be, hey, are you okay? Hey, are you okay? If they aren't responsive, we do have 5 to 10 seconds to check for breathing. So to check for breathing, we're gonna put our ear next to their mouth, and then we're gonna look down their chest. So it will look like this, so that we can have a clear view of their chest to see if it's rising, while also seeing if we can feel breaths on our ear from them. If there is no breathing, and we determine that they are unresponsive, that's when we are going to assign someone to call 911. A lot of people would like to just say, somebody call 911. It is important that we don't do that, because when most people hear somebody call 911, they stand there like a deer in headlights and kind of look around to see who's going to do it. So it's important that we point out somebody specific so that they can know they are in charge. So if there's a person with the red shirt, we would say, hey, you in the red shirt, call 911. And if you can remember, we also would like you to call somebody to get the first aid and AED. So we would call somebody else, and if they had a blue shirt, we say, hey, you in the blue shirt, get the AED. So after we have gotten through calling 911, that is when we can go on to do a hands-only compression. So to do compressions, we want to put our dominant hand out straight, and we're going to take our other hand and put it over top and interlace our fingers. And we also want to make sure that our arms stay straight the whole entire time. So the palm of our hand is the hardest part on our hand. So we want to make sure that this is the part that's in the middle of their chest. And for today, we're going to use our compression truck. So we want to make sure that this is in the middle of the compression truck. So it is important that I am doing it on the table. We will generally do CPR on the floor, but I'm just going to show the compressions really fast. So make sure our arms are straight, fingers are interlocked, and the palm of our hand, the hardest part, is in the middle of the truck. And we want to put our shoulders over top of our hand and do a compression. So that's how deep we would want the compressions to be. We would like to say at least 2 inches deep, and make sure that it goes all the way down. If you have a truck, you'll see how hard it is, because it's not just as easy as pushing it all the way down. We're using our whole body weight to make sure we are pushing down to get those deep compressions. Importantly, when we are on the ground doing it, we will be on our knees, and so our whole body will be over top of the truck, and that will aid you in having to push those 2 inches deep. When we are doing those compressions, we do want to go at a rate to 100 to 120 beats per minute. When most people hear that, they are really confused. So we can go at the song of Staying Alive, or what more people know now is Baby Shark. Both of those have the same beat of 100 to 120 beats per minute. So, for example, for Baby Shark, if you use Baby Shark, it will look like this.
But it's, wow.
Baby Shark, do-do-do-do-do, Baby Shark, do-do-do-do-do, Baby Shark. That's how fast you would want to do the compressions. Most importantly, when you are doing compressions, it is best that you do not stop. When you are starting those compressions, we want you to continue on those compressions unless there is obvious signs of life. A medical professional has arrived, the scene becomes unsafe, an AED has arrived, or somebody else can take over. I didn't make sure I didn't miss anything. But those are the most important steps when it comes to hands-only CPR. The reason that we are giving those compressions is that because we are that person's heartbeat, so we are now circulating the blood for them since their heart cannot pump it. So that's why it's important that you do not stop unless the reasons that I have listed.